I'm here with Chuck Hess from Bausch Lomb. Chuck, you have so many exciting things to talk about, and we have to fit it into this tiny space. And anyway, let's get started. So the first thing that I want to talk about is your toric lens. What is it called, and why should I, as a clinician, be interested in it?
Josh, thank you. Yes, the Invista toric intraocular lens is the technology that we're talking about. And, surgeons don't want to have to choose between rotational stability and a crystal clear, glistening-free optic. We know Invista toric actually addresses both of those categories with a great rotationally stable, well-centered IOL that has a crystal clear, glistening-free optic, and it provides surgeons also with a wide range of toric powers, all the way down to 1.25 diopters. So it really is clearly the lowest diopter power in a toric IOL. So surgeons are really finding the product really that fits very well in their toric IOL patients.
So Chuck, the 1.25 that's available in the U.S. market, because I can't tell you how frustrating it is not having access to the the T2 lens or the ZCT 100 lens, which are the other very, very low toric lenses, but they're not available in the U.S. market. Can I use the 1.25?
Absolutely. It's on the market today, and in the fact that it's about 0.9 diopters in the cornea plane. So it really gives surgeons a wider range, especially in those lower cylinder power patients, gives them another option.
Fantastic. And the material is what? It's a hydrophobic acrylic?
It is. It's a hydrophobic acrylic material. It's really been tried and true, tested for many years, and the platform is just as stable as possible. So we're really getting a lot of great comments back from surgeons about their performance with the new lens in their practice.
That's great stuff. I'd love to talk about it more, but we've got to move on because we've got a lot that we've got to cover. Tell me about the iTelligence system and what it brings to the table.
Oh, this is exciting. We launched iTelligence just recently, and now we have over 200 surgical systems here in the U.S. market that are connected now to the IBM cloud. It's a data management system that allows us to understand what's happening within the machine and provide valuable information back to the facility as well as to the surgeon. So very exciting now. We're seeing data now that surgeons are actually able to analyze and make adjustments in their surgical techniques, from fluid usage to power usage during the procedure. We're providing that information back, and in fact, there's a paper here at ASCRS that's going to actually discuss how the surgeon has taken that data and has actually refined his technique to lower his use of power and fluid during the procedure.
That's fascinating. So I mean, we're definitely in the information sort of data era now, and as clinicians, this is something that we need to adopt in our clinical practice. I just want to talk this out. So the machine itself, the Stellaris itself, is transmitting presumably de-identified data to a secure cloud, and then I, as a surgeon, later on get back information about my performance with that machine?
Absolutely. And in fact, later this year, there'll be actually an app that'll be downloaded to your phone or to your iPad that will actually allow you to get this data instantaneously from the machine. So it's very exciting. We're now giving surgeons tools they've never had to make clinical decisions as they're working with their patients.
Absolutely fascinating. The idea of an app is great, because frankly, when I'm in the lane with the patients, that's not the time that I can start looking through data. And app sounds great. I spend a lot of time on a train, Chuck. I hope you understand that. Okay, but we are still not done. We were talking off camera about LASIK numbers and a device that you have outside of the U.S. market that you're talking about bringing into the U.S. market. Can you talk about that?
Absolutely, yes. So 2 weeks ago, we announced that we're going to commence a series of clinical trials using the new Teneo technology, the new Teneo excimer laser technology. We're currently selling that outside the U.S. It's in over 50 countries. We have units now in Canada, and so we're very excited about bringing this technology into the U.S. We'll begin those studies in July, and we're excited about it because we've now seen a sudden resurgence over the last few years in refractive surgical volume. So we believe that the technology will enter the market at just a great time for our refractive specialists.
Chuck, I would love to hear how the laser distinguishes itself, but frankly, I don't want to exhaust all of our topics now because we have to have something to talk about next time, so we're going to leave you guys hanging. Chuck, I want to thank you very much for spending all of this time with us, and you had a lot to talk about, yes. And for being so very generous.
I appreciate the time, Josh. Thanks so much, and we look forward to our next conversation. Thank you.